As Uganda gears up for the 2026 general elections, the Electoral Commission (EC) has taken a crucial step to ensure that journalists and media practitioners are equipped to provide accurate and balanced coverage of special interest groups. These include women, youths, older persons, persons with disabilities, PWDs, workers, and the Uganda People's Defence Forces. Today, the Electoral Commission has organized a training session for journalists focusing on the specific needs and challenges of special interest groups in the electoral process. The training aimed to enhance the capacity of journalists to report on these groups in a fair and informed manner.
Understanding special interest groups. The context of this training is because we have realized that special interest groups are unique in nature, they have unique characteristics, they have nuances, they have different steps that are different from the general elections that we normally have. And therefore the Commission, taking into account of the critical role the media plays, of the critical role journalists play in our electoral process, organized this training so that journalists can understand the legal framework, the processes, the procedures within which and through which these special group interest elections take place. So the first objective was to ensure that we equip journalists with the knowledge, with the skills, with the understanding about special interest group elections. Because we know that you can't report effectively, professionally, and credibly on a subject that you don't understand.
During the session, Julius Muchunguzi, Head of Corporate Affairs at the Electoral Commission, emphasized the need to address the issue of perception where some journalists are branded according to their coverage.
Periods of campaigns and elections where the audience sees you as a journalist and they straight away brand you and they say, Oyo, Weri, Oyo, Bueno. And you walk into a press conference and they chase you. They say, we don't want that journalist here. These are facts, we need to address them. I know some journalists who cannot walk into a press conference in some political party camps because they have been branded wrongly or rightly. So we have to be addressing the question of perceptions. Because sometimes perceptions can affect the reality of the way we do our work.
He stressed the importance of maintaining professionalism and impartiality on reporting.
We do not just try to get a lead story by misrepresenting a particularity and turning it into a generality. That is food for us to think about because we see it.
Journalists engaged in a participatory discussion raising several issues including the tiering of posters for candidates and the Army's involvement in elections.
Ekisenge kyonna kinyiridde ebice ebipande olw'obusungu najja natandika okukunyulako ebipande byalongoosa akapande ke oba ekizimbe kye n'akwatibwa oyagala vuunika gavumenti bw'abanga byajjeeko bya NRM gwe toli mu struggle bw'abanga byajjeeko bya NUP mujja kunsonyiwa kakozesa ebigondi ebyo.
Eganywadde omulimi simuwulidde mu however much nti oyogedde ku shamba boy. Nze ng'omulimi w'emubende eri wansi etteeka lino lindekawo kubanga eggwanga litugamba ebitundu ebisinga bifiriridde ku mulimi naye omulimi yeeyakkirizibwa okwetaba mu kalulu kano oba nedda
ng'eyeesimbawo ku mutendera ogw'ekyalo mu bavubuka ate ku mutendera ogw'omuloka y'omu ku bazze okulondesa ng'ate ne wali yalina ekibiina bwe balonze ekibiina ekimu nga ye sikyakkiririzaamu okulonda n'akusazaamu kikola kityawo.
In response, Counsel Abeka Kayendo, a legal officer at the EC, clarified that Electoral Commission is only responsible for regulating posters when candidates are duly nominated.
And I think it can happen where you as journalists, you can inform other political parties about the wrong things they are doing. You are doing the report. Okay. So, for as far as we are concerned, those posters and any issues concerning independent political parties, they are done by political parties. When we nominate all of you, because when we nominate from all political parties, then we shall have the mandate to handle those complaints, and you can file those complaints with the Electoral Commission under Section 15 of the Electoral Commissions Act, and that complaint will be handled.
Sam Guma, a senior journalist and chief editor at Uganda Radio Network, appealed to journalists to exercise journalism principles and ethics in their reporting.
What their names are. Do you remember The Sound of Music? Have you watched that very interesting movie? One of the things in there is the nun was creating a song, and she said, "Me is the name I call myself." So how I spell my name is the only correct way my name should be spelled. Those are the simple things that were the law in my generation that some of the people in this generation take for granted. So what's the difference between the media here and the media in Kenya? Colleagues, in many ways, what you see of media is normally a reflection of that society. You want to know a bit about society, look at its media.
Reminded them to be cautious about their lives while reporting stories, highlighting the importance of safety and security in the field.
In professional journalism, we have one specific rule, and that rule applies. It is very simple. I beg of you by the mercies of God, Council Kayo, Nyamba, beg these people, if my God is not good enough for them, add yours. The rule is simple. There is no story worth your life. Pronto. We do not have any exceptions. The English say, dead men do not tell any tales. When you are dead, you are the story.
Training underscores the EC's commitment to ensuring that journalists have the necessary knowledge and skills to provide accurate and balanced coverage of special interest groups in 2026 elections. By empowering journalists, the EC aims to promote informed decision-making and enhance the integrity of the electoral process. Naguje Serena, NSTV.